This is the Limo Show.
This is not another story. This is not another drill. I refuse to be another number.
What is up, guys? Limo here. All right. So to start with, I gotta tell you guys, I've never been like this lifelong Casanova where I didn't pull every girl I wanted every night all my life. All right. It was pretty rough at the beginning. I had some difficulties conveying my value, communicating clearly, having this clarity of intent between me and the girl, and being able to actually say what I want and communicate my feelings and how I feel about her and see if there's a win-win situation, etc. I had some troubles doing that. In high school, it was pretty easy for me because in high school, I was raised in Tunisia. Everybody knows each other. It's a bubble. The world is really small in Tunisia. So when I grew up in high school, I had a pretty cool social circle. I was in a great school, and so it was good. I had the connections. I had the network. I knew people. So it was pretty easy. But then my first year in Canada, when I went studying in Canada, my first year was pretty rough because I didn't know anyone. I didn't have a social circle, so I had to build that up from the scratch. So it was quite rough. So my first year in Montreal, I actually maybe pulled 2 girls the whole year. That's pretty bad because I used to go to a lot of techno parties. I used to do a lot of that stuff. And stuff that wouldn't bring you a lot of girls. Of course, you could get laid in a techno party, and I don't deny that. And I've been to techno parties even nowadays, and I would get laid, But it's just that the environment for someone that's not very proficient in dating, and for someone that doesn't have the right kind of leadership skills or communication skills or psychology skills, he's gonna have some failure points for sure in a techno party because it's harder. Like most people are focused on the music, most people are in the moment, etc. So my first year I went heavily on techno parties, and so I didn't do much in terms of dating, right? Because I was going to kind of the wrong venues, and even though we had some school parties, it's not the same thing, as in Tunisia, and I had a rough time kind of adapting to the girls and to the foreign vibe. That first year gave me the motivation actually to work on myself, to work on my dating life, and actually improve that. I really had the motivation after that to go through that journey, to go through that process. And even though I knew the learning curve wasn't that hard for me because I was kind of a natural and I'm pretty social, I knew it would put me far out of my comfort zone because most of my friends were not in the same headspace as me. They didn't feel the need to improve that part of their life. They were very comfortable where they were, and they had no need to work on this. And so I had to find new guys with whom I could go out and actually practice this. What helped me is I had a good virtual mentors. Let's say I used to watch a lot of videos. I used to watch a lot of programs, and also I had a cool community of guys in my city who were actually doing this. So I reached out to them. I went there to the inner circle meetings, and funny enough, 2 years after, I got to run the meetings with my friend Max in Montreal. So yeah, it took hard work. It took 2-3 years of hard work, and even now, like, I'm still learning that skill. I'm still I think communication, psychology, economics, these 3 fields, you can't get enough of them. Like, the more you're gonna learn about them, and the more it's gonna get better, the more your life is gonna get better. So I learned and I learned and I learned, and I polished my skills, and I went out and I did the failures, and I did the harsh nights, and I did the fucking, you know, thousands of rejections, yeah, it's crazy. So let's get into it. So how do you actually pull a girl or close a girl in one night? So the first thing you gotta understand is that it's a numbers game. As in sales, as in marketing, as in any endeavor where you're gonna promote yourself, there's gonna be people who doesn't want your product. Okay, that's the thing. Like, there's gonna be people that don't want your product, that aren't ready for your product, that despise your product. Okay, and there's gonna be people who are, of course, on the other side of the spectrum, very delighted to meet you and very pleased to communicate with you. So you gotta acknowledge this. It's a number game. You gotta approach a lot of people, communicate your value with a lot of people, and if they can clearly see the value in staying and talking to you or having an adventure with you, then you can pursue that. But it's a numbers game, so you need to put yourself out there. You need to promote yourself out there, and just do that. Of course, there is some psychology again and communication tactics. You can use a lot of influence triggers, like social proof, like pre-selection. So let's start with the first one, social proof. You want to have people around you, all right? Because in psychology, the more people are doing something, and the more it is acknowledged that it's the right thing to do. So the more girls are around you, the more other girls are going to think to themselves, oh, this guy seems cool, this guy seems interesting, other girls are around him, so I guess that's the right thing to do. I guess, he's worth it, he's worth being around. So social proof is good. The second thing is pre-selection. Pre-selection is very, very important. From evolution, we had pre-selections, peacock, wolves, all kinds of mammals had pre-selection in their mating strategy. And pre-selection means that you're gonna have, for example, if I'm a male, I'm gonna try to have females around me in order to convey to the women that actually I'm the type of guy that got women around. I'm the type of guy that women wants to be around me. So pre-selection and social proof are actually intertwined, but pre-selection is higher in terms of attraction than social proof, because social proof, you can get social proof even with guys. Okay, the fact that you're having guys around, of course, not sleazy guys or creepy guys, of course, like cool guys. So social proof, you can have social proof by having a cool Instagram, for example. You can have a good social proof if you have a good following on Instagram, but you can't have pre-selection if you have social proof, means a great following, but without girls, if you're a man. Because pre-selection means that the gender that you want to attract is beside you, right? Is interested in you. So you gotta build that for yourself. And in clubs, what I do, of course, I talk to a lot of women, and what I try to do is actually introduce the women together. So I'd say to, for example, a girl, hey, introduce me to a friend. Hey, introduce me to that. Or hey, let's meet this girl. Hey, I'm gonna show you this girl. She's from Toronto. She's fun. That's called merging sets, for example. You can merge people together and actually create that hub, create that energy with other people. So that's very, very powerful. So you have social proof, pre-selection, and it's a numbers game. All right. Now, second thing is the mindset. All right. You gotta have that mindset that deep inside that you're worth it, and that the girl is gonna come home with you. All right. So 2 mindsets. You're worth it. Okay, you're worth having that girl. You're worth sticking there. You have value to give. And second mindset is, deep inside, you have the belief deep inside that you can do it, that you can actually solve those problems and come back with her. All right, you gotta have those. So it's a mindset thing. A lot of guys, they self-eject, all right? They think that because the girl is gone to the toilet, or because the girl is coming back to see her friends, that it's over. That's it's a rejection. No, okay? Leave her. Go see your friends. Go have fun. And I'll see you in half an hour. I'll see you in an hour when it matters, okay? So go see your friends. And meanwhile, I'm gonna social proof myself. I'm gonna pre-select myself. And if it's a girl I really want to pull, after that, I'll reapproach, or she'll reapproach me. If I got enough social proof and pre-selection, sometimes she'll reapproach me as well. So mindset is great, you know, numbers game, and then it's just on the top of my head, guys. I don't have a script or something. I'm just ranting right now. But the third thing you need to do is you need to have also the skill. All right, there's a skill set to have. It's not just approach and do the dancing monkey and just be a clown. No, it's actually, there's a skill. There's a way to communicate. There's a high value way to communicate, and you need to be aware of that. So I'd say the third most important thing is to be a master problem solver. All right, you need to be a master problem solver. Why is that? Because the girl usually is not going to be by herself. Okay, it's very rare that a girl is going to be just by herself at the club. Maybe you're going to find that, maybe, and it's kind of weird, but it can happen. But usually she's going to be with her friends, all right? Usually she's going to be with her peer group. She's going to be with her friends. She's going to be with, I don't know, even her brother or whatever, you know? So you got to be that guy that's going to solve the problem of the logistics, of the timing, of all of that. You gotta, of the friends, of the different agendas that you gotta kind of, you know, make it in a way that everything falls into place, you know, for you. So, you know, if, for example, if the girl is sleeping at one of her friend's house, okay, she's sleeping there, you gotta befriend the friend first and actually make sure they like you, make sure they trust you, and they can see that you're an honest person, that you don't have bad intentions, or that you're not creepy, so that they can maybe with you create that win-win situation where they would let their friends go back home with you and just you know, and just create that situation for you. Or maybe you could help them find someone interesting so that they can, you know, end up with that person and you ending up with the girl you want to pull. Those kind of things, you know, you gotta be smart about this, and it takes, you know, it's a skill set. There's a lot of way you can say things, communicate things, and there's a lot of psychology biases that you can play with that I'm not gonna go on details. That's what we do on boot camps. Yeah. There's a lot of that. So just a quick video, you know, it's a numbers game, it's a mindset game, and of course there's some technicality, being a master problem solver. That's how you're gonna be able to pull and close a girl every night, mostly. Of course, you know, I don't like, you know, there's a movement in the dating industry. There's a movement of guys that are gonna pull average looking, horny girls, and that's bad, okay? At Higher Self Circle, we don't promote that. What we want for you is to pull quality girls that you see, attractive girls, and that the fact that you would pull her, or the fact that you would spend time with her, would be a win-win situation for you and for her. You know, we don't want a lose-lose situation. We want a win-win situation where we don't want her to have what we call the buyer's remorse. We don't want her to regret getting laid with you, all right? We want her to actually have fun and have that amazing excitement and pleasure to be with you, not that disdain after, you know? So that's why you gotta communicate clearly, and you gotta see that you gotta engineer the situation that is a win-win between you and the girl. Aristotle said quality is not an act, it's a habit. If you get into the habit of pulling average looking girls, average looking horny girls, it's a habit. You're gonna end up having those kind of standards. But if you set high standards for yourself, as in life, as for your dreams and goals and aspirations, same for women. If you have those high standards, you're gonna do everything to not breach your standards, okay? Because your standards limits the quality of your girls. You gotta have high standards, okay? And you gotta believe that you deserve that those kind of caliber of girls. All right, it's very important because I think there's a lot of guys they're thinking about having the most girls, like having sex with the most girls, but most of the girls are very average. While myself personally and many other guys, yes, we want to have those experiences, but at the same time we want to have, you know, a high quality of women. All right, we want to have ambitious girls, or girls that are very fun and open-minded, but at least very attractive. And you know, it depends also if it's like short-term, fuck buddies, one-night stand, long-term, whatever. So you gotta also see what type of girl fits into the overall agenda. And yeah, if you want to join a consultation call, also link below. If you want to join a bootcamp, same. We're gonna run some bootcamps just after the lockdowns, mostly in Europe, maybe in Canada, US. So yeah, you can go on the website and sign up for a bootcamp. I'd love to work with you, and I'd love to help you get an amazing dating life, an amazing lifestyle, and create your dream life. See you guys soon. Take care.